Welcome to this basketball broadcast brought to you by WHOU and WFKT by Bowers Funeral Home, the County Federal Credit Union, TNT, Northern Maine Community College, Scoville Building Supply, FAP Body, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Rick Hannigan Plumbing, Cushman & Sons, KVHC, County Ag and Turf, Holton Tire and Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa and Coastal Auto Parts, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Pioneer Times, Pioneer Broadband, Thompson and Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, County Physical Therapy, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Maine Baseball Academy, S.W. Collins, Nortrax, Herring Brothers. Now let's go down to the floor.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Caribou High School as we get set for this doubleheader on WHOU with the Caribou Vikings hosting the Foxcroft Academy Pony. Steve Carmichael alongside Bobby Russell, John Humphrey on the camera. Game running a bit behind as the Foxcroft Academy didn't show up near the end of the JV boys game, so Caribou gave them an extra 20 minutes to get things ready, and that's why we're running a bit behind schedule as they've now paused at 5 minutes in warm-ups as we get set to honor the seniors for the Caribou Vikings as they have their senior night for this one. And why don't we throw it down to the floor so we can show you the senior night, and then we'll talk about both ball clubs in our J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show.
Please come forward to receive a special token of thanks from head coach Kayla Brown and athletic administrator Evan Graves. Abby Robbins and her parents, Jessica and Travis Robbins. Renee Stubbs and her parents, Tanya and Scott Stubbs. Taylor Lebrecht and her parents, Tim and Heather Lebrecht. Aaliyah Terrio and her parents, Jenny and Shane Terrio. Kim Susie and her parents, Tammy and Scott Susie. Taylor Skidgel and her parents, Dawn and Hope Skidgel and Shauna Page. And Captain Paige Espling and her parents, Jen and Daryl Espling. Caribou High School would like to thank these seniors for their hard work and dedication and for representing their teams, their school, themselves, and our community with pride and dignity. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And we'd also like to thank Foxcroft Academy and their fans for allowing us to take a moment to recognize our seniors.
All right, Caribou honoring their seniors this afternoon. The boys will do it on Wednesday when they host Holton. We're getting set for our J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show. Let's talk about these two teams, Bobby. We'll start with Caribou. They are number 11 in Class B with a record of 4-9, coming off a 60-37 loss down in Herman. But talking to head coach Brown before we came on the air, really she's can't say enough good things, and we haven't really all year been able to say enough good things about the play of Paige Espling.
Well, there's no question when coaches and are talking about Caribou and fans as well, she is certainly the first name that comes to mind, and she just presents that imposing presence in the middle of the lane. We've seen her throughout the course of the year in the games we've done. She alters shots, she blocks a lot of them, and makes opposing teams really wonder where she is on the floor, and doesn't make it easy for them to get those shots on the inside, and she can close out. Now, the thing that I really am impressed with, she's been a defensive presence for 4 years, but her offense has really picked up, especially that drive from the foul line. She squares up and rips through and finishes at the rim, and she averages, I say, a triple-double. I know she gets around 11 points, 11 rebounds. I think she gets around 10 or 11 blocks a game as well.
That's what I thought, and I asked Coach Brown that before when talking with her pregame, and she said, well, according to our stats, it's only around the 5 or 6 mark, but
I say that's a low ball. Low ball number, Stevie.
And I told her, I said, she's got to be up near 9 or 10, and she was like, I think so too, which is impressive. You don't hear a lot of high school kids averaging a triple-double, but she does have some help. Selena Savage out on the perimeter, just a freshman. You're going to hear Taylor Schedul's name a lot, Heather LeBrecq in the post. So, this Caribou team sitting at number 11. Right now they need to rack up a few wins, try to secure themselves a playoff spot.
Yeah, they need some points. It's bottled up there in the bottom 2 or 3 spots, and then some teams just looking in. This would be a good win for them to really secure maybe that playoff berth and get them moving towards that 8 seed where they could start hosting a prelim game.
On the other side for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, head coached by Blake Smith, they are number 12. They sit 1 spot behind Caribou with an identical record of 4-9, coming off a 55-41 loss at the Cross Insurance Center against the John Babs Crusaders. And it's our second look for us to look at the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. A name we heard a lot was Kaya Cook, also Megan Spooner's name, Ainsley Aid. Head coach Smith always has a repertoire of plays that he can put out there. Terrific coach, and again, this is also a big game for the Ponies because they're looking to catapult themselves up the standing.
Well, right, they're just holding on to that last playoff for prelim spot, so certainly, the win here on the road would be a huge win, huge momentum for them heading into the remaining basically 3 weeks of the season, and certainly, as you mentioned, Coach Smith, a real good coach. Took the Ponies to the, I think it was Northern, still considered Northern, not Eastern, but Northern Championship 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. And, he's graduated a lot of kids off the team the last couple of years. And, they're in the rebuilding mode for sure. You see a lot of freshmen and sophomore on their ball club. Only 4 seniors, no juniors. So, young ball club, but Coach Smith has got them headed in the right direction, and as you say, already in the prelim spot and just looking to secure it, gain that experience.
And that game against Presque Isle, which they end up losing 64-43. Kaya Cook led them with 10 points, and Megan Spooner with 9. Also had Annie Raines, who had 7. So plenty of scoring options for Foxcroft Academy. They had about 8 players score, so they do go pretty deep into their bench.
And they're pretty balanced because looking through the statistical leaders in the Big East, they don't really stick out as in the top. But as you say, a lot of balance. I looked back when we saw them playing Presque Isle. There was probably 8 or 9 kids that had points in that particular game. So, they do have many kids that can put it in the basket, but they are led by Kaya Cook and Megan Spooner for the most part. They would be considered their leading scorers. And they're going to have to be well aware of where Paige Espling is and make it difficult for her, Taylor LeBrecq.
Right.
They got to control the glass, and they got to limit those touches inside.
All right, we're going to get set to meet the starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union, a community-based financial institution with nearly 20,000 members, with branches conveniently located in Caribou, Presque Isle, Fort Fairfield, Holton, and a soon-to-be open location in Mars Hill. The County Federal Credit Union has the coverage to meet all of your financial needs. Visit one of their local branches to see why membership makes a difference. We'll send it to the floor. We'll meet the starting lineups.
We wish to exemplify that pride through the efforts everyone displays in sportsmanship. Positive behaviors should be modeled during all interscholastic activities. Encourage and support all these athletes, coaches, and officials. Please do not move, taunt, or degrade anyone or any part of this game. Thank you for your support of sportsmanship in high school athletics. Before meeting the participants in today's contest, we would like to point out that during today's game, the Caribou and Foxcroft Academy coaches are proudly wearing their sneakers to support the American Cancer Society through the Coaches versus Cancer program. They join coaches nationwide in raising money and awareness for the American Cancer Society towards their efforts to help people with cancer today and to find cures to end the disease tomorrow. Also, the officials of IAGO Board 150 are once again participating in the National Officials versus Cancer Week in an effort to blow the whistle against cancer. To show their support in this fight, they will be using pink whistles all this week. Officials will also be donating a portion of their game fee in an effort to raise funds for local cancer patients. We invite you to support the fight against cancer by making a donation at the ticket booth or by contributing to the American Cancer Society or a local cancer organization. On behalf of our coaches and officials, thank you for your support of the fight against cancer. And now let's meet the participants in today's contest. First, the non-starters for Foxcroft Academy, a sophomore, number 12, Cameron Como. A sophomore, number 14, Emily Harmon Weeks. A senior, number 21, Jenna Anderson. A senior, number 22, Karis Denker. A freshman, number 23, Justice Batchelder. A freshman, number 30, Annie Raines. A freshman, number 31, Destiny Weymouth. A freshman, number 33, Abby Knapp. And a sophomore, number 42, Caitlin Lord. And the reserves for Caribou, a senior, number 3, Renee Stubbs. A sophomore, number 4, Mia Terrio. A sophomore, number 10, Gabby Sutherland. A freshman, number 12, Ashlyn Bouchard. A freshman, number 22, Nevaeh Trombley. A junior, number 24, Emily Collins. And a senior, number 33, Abby Robbins. And now for today's starters. From Foxcroft Academy, a senior, number 1, Cassidy Marsh. From Caribou, a freshman, number 15, Selena Savage. From Foxcroft Academy, a sophomore, number 3, Kaya Cook. From Caribou, a senior, number 2, Kim Susi. From Foxcroft Academy, a sophomore, number 11, Megan Spooner. From Caribou, a senior, number 5, Taylor Skidgel. From Foxcroft Academy, a junior, number 34, Ainsley Abe. From Caribou, a senior, number 23, Taylor Lebrecht. From Foxcroft Academy, a senior, number 43, Natalie Robinson. And from Caribou, senior captain, number 14, Paige Espling. Foxcroft Academy is coached by Blake Smith. He's assisted by Rob Stevens and Andrew Richard. Caribou is coached by Kayla Brown. She's assisted by Mark Weeks. The officials for this afternoon's game are Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Stett, and Mr. Frost. We now invite you to please stand while the Woodland Consolidated School Band, under the direction of Jen Holmes, plays our national anthem. We respectfully ask that all fans remove their hats during the playing of the anthem.
terrific national anthem done by the band from Woodland Consolidated School. Wonderful
Sure
job.
was. Yes, absolutely. Joining us here on this Martin Luther King Day.
Had a couple of young kids that went to Woodland, so I know just how great of a school system they have over there.
They do. Those they go to 8th grade there, and then they come to Caribou High School when they reach grade 9. So they'll soon be part of
They will be.
Viking Nation.
That's right.
Right now they're Woodchucks.
I transferred the kids, moved to Presque Isle, so I had to make them Wildcats. So that was a tough move, I'll tell you that, though. Tip is controlled by Paige Espling, and the Vikings. Kimmy Susi will start us off with a three-pointer that was off the mark. Rebound to the Vikings. Espling, the putback, and seen that a lot this year, Bobby.
Well, we have, and it looked like Selena Savage able to keep the ball alive and tipped it back towards the free throw line, and Paige Espling was there to knock down the 10-footer. And you were talking about, and you said Coach Brown can't say enough about her, and we talked very highly of her all year. But, for her basketball talents, she's just even that much better of a kid. Had the opportunity my first year teaching there at Caribou. She was in the 8th grade.
Nice move there from Kaya Cook.
Yeah, Cook, the leading scorer for the Ponies. Nice drive through the lane, and just got the runner to go.
Just a sophomore for Coach Smith. And we get a jump ball before the timeout as head coach Smith's trying to get a timeout.
Yeah, you have to have possession in order to get the timeout.
The officials are Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Frost, and Mr. Stead. As you notice, most of the players wearing mismatched socks out there as Caribou raising money for World Down Syndrome Day, which is in March, but that's where the mismatched socks come from.
Good cause. Good to see them supporting that.
Schedul's three-pointer on the way, back iron, no good. Espling fires it down to Lebrecht. She fades away. Shot was too strong. Cook gets the rebound, but couldn't stay in play. It'll go over to the Vikings.
Oh, and you see right now, Stevie, the Vikings getting a couple opportunities on the offensive side of things. Foxcroft is going to have to make sure they box out all day long. Certainly size advantage goes to the Vikings with Lebrecht and Espling.
Savage's three-pointer was too strong, and on the weak side, it's recovered by the Ponies. This is Spooner with it. Trying to find Marsh, lost the handle. Now it's Robinson.
Well, Susi was putting some pressure up on the ball, and they picked up the dribble, unable to get rid of it, and winds up being a turnover.
In transition, Savage finds Espling, will kick it out to Susi. Steps into a triple, misses. Another tie-up underneath, and the arrow favors Caribou. .606 to go first quarter, tied up at 2.
And if somebody on the Vikings can really knock down an outside shot or two in the early going, so you see Schedule launch the three and gets that one to go. Susi had one earlier. That will really open things up inside for Taylor Lebrecht and Paige Espling to go to work. I think most teams will pack it in until you prove you're going to beat me from outside. Yep. And if they can knock down a few like that one.
Cook all the way to the rim. That shot was altered by Espling. She gets the rebound and outlets it to Susi. Cross-court feed to Schedule. Pass deflected. Another deflected pass by Kaya Cook. Active defensively here in the early going.
Well, it's a 2-3 zone that the Ponies are putting up here in the early goings. Again, with the intention of taking away the inside and making Caribou take the outside shot and prove that you can beat me from there. And
they still are able to get it down low to Espling. Her shot was too strong off the window, and now it's aid in transition.
Yeah, she drew an awful lot of attention.
It's the first block of the game by Espling.
I'm going to see if I can keep track, Stevie. I sometimes get caught up in what's going on and lose track, but
I'll try to help you. Hopefully our minds can keep track of it. Cook, Robinson, mid-range jumper, rattles out. Rebound to Cook. Third crack at it, and Kaya Cook on the board for another 2.
They just kept working, fighting, and getting those offensive rebounds. The Vikings got to block her out. And they come right back with the quick answer. Use the pass to push the basketball. LeBrec knocks down the 8-footer. Now we've seen in a couple games that we've done, Stevie, where Selena Savage has gotten herself in some foul trouble, and she picks them up 40 feet away from the basket out in the half-court area. You know, I think Coach Brown wants her putting some pressure on the basketball, but not that reach-in.
Yep. Marshall triggered in, deflected by Savage. 4:38 to go first quarter. 7-4 lead for Caribou. A pivotal game here in Class B girls as Caribou and Foxcroft hold the final 2 playoff spots. Right now they would head out on the road for a prelim as, well, before you know it, Bobby, in a couple weeks, it's going to be time for prelims.
Well, it certainly is. Hard to believe we're down to the last 3 weeks of the season. Already played 7. Oh, LeBrec and Espling were both there. We'll see which one they go with, and it's going to be on Paige Espling, picking up her first.
It's sort of a logjam, too, if you look at potential matchups for both these teams. That you have Holton up there, you also have Winslow, MDI, and all those teams have really a different style, so we'll see what positioning these 2 teams can get depending on what favors them. I think if you look at Caribou, I mean, I don't know if Winslow's a terrific matchup with their team speed, but if they face Holton and MDI, I think Caribou, you know, gave Holton a tough game last week, and MDI as well. I think they could compete with them.
Well, so. Yeah, there's no question. We saw both those games, covered both of them, and, you know, Caribou had a little trouble getting going offensively against Holton, but they were right there neck and neck with MDI, and you know, a couple things that go their way in the last minute or so, and they pull off the win.
Yep. Cassidy Marsh made the first free throw in a timeout called by Coach Brown. We'll do our injury report brought to you by County Physical Therapy. Whether you want to get back to sports, back to work, or simply back to living life, County Physical Therapy can help with 5 locations in Aroostook County and a new location opening up in Bangor. Visit countypt.com to learn how CPT can help you. Cassidy Marsh will get one more at the line, as it is a 2-point lead for the Vikings. 4:21 to go first quarter. Both teams sporting a healthy roster, which is nice to see as we are this deep into the season.
And if you look at the standings there, Caribou does have a little bit of breathing room, but not a lot.
Yeah.
You certainly do want to defend your home floor, pick up the win here today, and give them a little bit of cushion on those last couple spots. And the top is starting to separate themselves, Stevie, in Class B. I think the top 5, it might go back and forth at 3, 4, really 4 and 5, and maybe 2 and 3, but those are basically set.
Yeah, look at that top 4 as Espling turns away, misses. You got that Herman, Presque Isle, Waterville, Holton, and Old Town kind of fighting for that top 5.
Yeah, it's actually the top 3 are close, and then 4 and 5 are close as well. So it'll be some point-worthy games coming up here in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Doing a lot of watching. A lot of people will be checking the standings every morning as Savage too strong off the window, but she got fouled and will head to the line to shoot 2, and that's the nice thing about modern technology as well. Also, not just the streaming where people can sit at home and watch the game, but it's pretty almost instantaneous as far as the heel points are concerned. You enter in the score, and
you don't remember the old days when
I do,
it used to have
actually.
to be every Tuesday. You'd pick up the Bangor Daily scoreboard page, and that's where the heel points came out. They're only published once a week. Now, as you say, it's by the time you get out of the gym, they've been posted. And Savage gets the second one to go. Foul was on Natalie Robinson. Just her first.
2-point advantage for the Vikings. I think Cook's going to be called for the carry, and she is.
And we've seen the Vikings put on a half-court trap throughout the course of the year. When there, they surprised Foxcroft and caused the carry violation.
Got a key game going on just south of us. Presque Isle girls and John Bapst. The Wildcats lead 14-8 at the end of the first quarter as Savage launches a 3-pointer, gets nothing but net.
And that was nice. Just caught it, no hesitation, in rhythm. Got her feet set underneath her.
Kaya Cook gets bumped, finishes with contact. Cook is having herself a terrific first quarter here, already up to 6 points.
And again, that's a couple strong takes that she's taken, able to absorb the contact, get it up off the window, and it falls for her. Give it a chance.
Annie Rains will check in.
And we'll see now. Caribou's knocked down a couple three-pointers. We'll see if that might stretch out those top two in the zone, maybe allow some action at the high post for the Vikings.
Cook able to knock down the free throw. She's at 7 of the 9 points. Marsh with the other 2. 11-9 your score. They swing it around to Susie. She'll pull the trigger. They misfire, and the long board tracked down by the freshman Rains. Jumper on the way there, but from Anderson is off target. Savage swings it to Susie, finds Espling with deep position and a push from behind.
Well, that was all created by the ball reversal. Started on the right side of the floor, when it comes over to the left, when Espling swings, she pins her defender. And Anderson picks up the push foul from behind. Good flash. Got the hands up high, opened herself up to Susie being able to drop it down into her.
Emily Collins checks in for Taylor Skidgel. Straight away, Susie. Lebrecht, tough leaner. Espling the stick back.
And that's where her height advantage comes in. Aid was there in position, but Espling able to get it before it comes down to her level where she's able to grab it. Puts it back in.
And we get a moving screen call here on Ainsley Aid.
Foxcroft Academy foul on number 34, Ainsley Aid.
First on Aid, third on the team. Espling double teamed at the elbow. Work it around to Susie. Fires it underneath to Espling. Turns and finishes.
Well, that was a nice job by Susie, waiting, being patient. Espling on the far block, high block, lets her flash. Hits her on the run and able to finish.
30-second timeout for Foxcroft. We'll step aside also. 2:05 to go first quarter. Vikings up by 6. Back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire.
Sorry.
Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Back at Caribou High School, Steve Carmichael, Bobby Russell. We are 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. The Vikings lead at 15-9. Cook's floater is off the back iron, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Rains. Now it's Aid to Spooner. Backing down on Susie. Up with the left hand, wouldn't go. Robinson will give Foxcroft a third crack at it. Here's Rains' pass off of Savage's left sneaker. He'll stay with the Ponies.
Well, certainly the right idea is Range was driving in, could see the low block was open. Just couldn't get it to her. Savage able to stick the foot out, disrupt the play, and then they get a travel violation on the inbounds back to the Vikings.
Travel on Robinson. Boys game will follow this one as the Vikings coming off their first loss against the Herman Hawks, 46-42 on Saturday. Will take on the Ponies under new head coach Toby Nelson. They got a chance to interview him when they came up to play in Presque Isle. He was the JV coach at the time. And
he was. There's been a shift at Foxcroft. Stepped into the head coaching role.
Had a chance to talk to Toby before the game a little bit. Said there's a lot more work being the head coach. I said, yeah,
yes,
sure
indeed.
is.
He's in charge of top to bottom.
Long nights, he said. Cassidy Marsh and Karis Danker will check in. And Ashlyn Bouchard will see the floor for the first time. Had a breakout performance against MDI where she had 20 points. Coach Brown is looking for her to potentially regain that spark off the bench as Raines able to finish for 2.
Yeah, nice backdoor cut. Just went right back to the basketball and able to finish with the left hand. And now she's almost creates a turnover for the Ponies.
Bouchard to Lebrec, mid-post. Triple team. They poke it free. It's loose and scooped up by Bouchard.
Well, there's certainly, when the ball goes into that high post, even the low post, the Ponies are digging. They're dropping, collapsing, making it difficult. Espling maintains the pivot foot, able to get the ball high. Once she gets that above her shoulders, there's nobody going to block it. She's just got to stay squared up to the basket.
Espling's up to 8 points in this first quarter, 17-11. 30 seconds to go first quarter. Kick out Marsh, drives left. Collins sticks with her, steps back. Finds Raines across the arc. Guarded by Bouchard. A couple freshmen doing battle out on the perimeter. Pass deflected, and Collins comes away with the steal. Marsh chases her down. Collins goes up with it and finishes.
Well, that's great anticipation. Just get out in the passing lane. Did the right thing. Batted it out where she could go and run onto it. Finishes.
Marsh steps through, hard off the glass, doesn't fall. And the rebound down to Lebrec with 1 second to go. Susie won't get a shot off. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. The Vikings off to a good start. They lead it 19-11. Back in 1 minute for the second quarter on WHOU.
Tired of the same old boring meals? Try something new this week. TNT Takeout at 69 High Street in Holton has what you're looking for.
And believe me, the name doesn't lie. The food is dynamite. Every pizza is loaded with lots of gooey cheese and delicious toppings, from traditional pepperoni to barbecue chicken combination to vegetarian pizza or all meat.
You can grab their specials or enjoy salads to food off the grill, Mexican seafood, and hot or cold subs. TNT Takeout, the convenience store that has it all.
Call 521-5250.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12 passenger limousines and a 20 passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
19-11, Vikings lead the Ponies after 1 quarter of play. Kaya Cook, the leading scorer for Foxcroft, with 7 points. Paige Espling leading the Vikings with 8 as a foul in the paint goes on Espling.
That's going to be her second.
So something to keep track of moving forward here as Espling getting herself in a bit of foul trouble.
Nice awareness, though, by Robinson, realizing Espling's there, trying to step back, created the space to get the shot up over the top of her. Saw Holton do a real nice job of that when they played here last week. Attacking the basket.
Robinson misses both free throws. Bouchard came down with the rebound. Lost the handle, so we'll go back over to Foxcroft.
Foxcroft doing a real nice job jamming the outlet or the dribble out by Bouchard. Giving themselves another opportunity.
Cook crosses over on Collins. Espling stays flat on her feet, comes away with another block.
Oh, yes, Stevie.
Unbelievable. You're not keeping track, Bobby.
I only got her for 2. I think she might have more than that.
No, she's only got 2. I think you're right. Collins to Espling in the post. And a foul on Robinson.
The Vikings have been real patient, waiting for Paige Espling. She flashes to the high post. Let her dive down, hit her in rhythm.
Number 43, Natalie Robinson.
Robinson picks up her second foul. If you're Foxcroft, you got to deny the cut. You know where she wants to go. Get up there, make her go behind you. Don't allow the entry.
That free throw puts Espling in double figures. Schedule will replace Susie in the game. 21-11, first double-digit lead for either team. This is one of the warmer gyms, I think, that I've sat in all year, and somehow our camera guy still got a jacket on.
He's in recuperation mode. He's trying to keep his muscles loose after he had a big event yesterday. You can catch that on Facebook if you know Tyler St. Pierre.
Underneath, shot put out by Dankert, wouldn't go. I'm just saying, I could not wear a jacket in this gym, and I look over at Cleve here, and he's got 3 layers on and a hat.
Well, this gym is, it all depends on the day. Schedule knocks down another 3, stretching that lead to 13. That's 3 of them they've hit from behind the arc.
And it's a full timeout called by head coach Smith. We'll step aside as well. 6:38 to go, first half. Vikings with their biggest lead of 13 back in 1 minute on WHOU.
From Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
6.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Ponies with the basketball, trailing by 13. Cook, step back for 3. And Espling with a rebound. Pass underneath to Collins in transition. Nice find by Schedule.
Sure was. A lot of traffic there. Beautiful pass, right on the money. No room for error. Good catch by Collins and finishes.
Weymouth into the game for the Ponies. Robinson, Spooner, Cook, and Marsh out there as well. Collins, Espling, Lebrecq, Schedule, and Bouchard for Coach Brown. Shot put up there by Weymouth. I believe it was partially deflected by Espling.
No, it was Lebrecq.
So Raines now will check in to replace Cook.
Lebrecq standing there straight up. Good job not committing the foul.
Robinson, 15-footer, doesn't go, and Collins with a good box out gets the board.
Great position. Had her player on her back, and ball comes right down to her.
Lebrecq in the post, fades away, gets nothing but net.
Well, again, this time it wasn't Paige Espling. It's Taylor Lebrecq that flashes low, taking their time, waiting for it. Get her the ball where she can go to work, spins back to the middle. The Vikings, very nice first half on the offensive end and the defensive end of the floor.
Robinson, another block shot by Espling. That's her third. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Runs the floor. They try to reward her, but the pass was just off target. And it'll be a turnover to Foxcroft.
That'd have been like, she could have caught that one. She'd have been like your boy, OBJ. Bring it in one-handed, Stevie. Finishing underneath the basket.
I don't know if I really want to talk about OBJ being my boy when there's an active arrest warrant out for him, but.
Well. True enough, but.
Underneath Spooner. And a foul call on the Vikings will be on Ashlyn Bouchard. It'll be 1-1. That was the 7th team foul on Caribou. It'll be Spooner at the line. Makes the first. Well, Spooner makes both free throws.
Just short of 3.5 minutes into the second quarter, the Vikings had held the Ponies scoreless till those free throws.
Weymouth, pull-up jumper. Rebound to Bouchard. Taken out of there by the freshman. Kicks it out to Schedule. They swing it to Robbins. Steps across the arc. In and out. And cleared away by Spooner. Weymouth in the post. Tried to dish it off to Rains. In tight quarters. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Caribou. Halfway gone in the second quarter. Bouchard rips it through, goes left, spins back to her right, puts up the tough fall away, and the foul will go on Cassidy Marsh. That will send the freshman to the line.
See if Ashlyn Bouchard can get a couple here from the free throw line. And you mentioned the big game she had against MDI and has struggled a little bit from the field since then. It's the first one to go.
Bouchard splits a pair. Rains, the runner, can't get the roll. They fight for it. And Schedule bounces it on the end line, so it'll be Foxcroft ball. Pass intended for Weymouth, goes through her hands, chased down by Anderson. Finds Spooner. Three-pointer launch by Anderson is off target.
And I thought Robbins might have got a piece of that. They're going to say it goes back to the Vikings.
.320 to go first half. 29-13. And a double dribble on Stubbs.
Just lost the handle. Put two hands on the basketball.
Foxcroft Academy, number 3, Kaya Cook. And into the game for Caribou, number 14, Paige Esplin.
Kaya Cook is back in. Rains. Out to Spooner. Screen set by Anderson.
The Vikings doing a nice job keeping the Ponies out of the middle of the lane, making them settle for those jump shots 15 feet and out.
Stubbs kicks it out to Bouchard. Thought about it. Lobs a pass out to Schedule. Got 2 threes in the first half. Can't convert on that one. The feedback the other way is Ainsley Aid. Rains. Espling rejects that shot. And loose ball recovered by Aid. She'll launch it from deep. Front iron, no good. Saves it, but right to Schedule. Robbins is ahead of the field. They find her, and she's fouled by Anderson. That will send the senior Robbins to the line.
Well, down here on this end, it was good offense by the Ponies. They got, it was Rains going back door, but better defense. Paige Espling sends it back the other way. And then Schedule finds Robbins. It's a great hustle by Jenna Anderson getting back. Make her earn it from the free throw line as opposed to just giving up the 2.
7th player for the Vikings to score in this first half.
You know, that sprint that Jenna Anderson just said coming back and slowing Abby Robbins down, that reminded me of the video footage I saw yesterday of the foot race. It looked like a young Cleve out there getting back.
I think Cleve would lose that foot race with Anderson.
He's got the technique down, though.
Yep.
Had the arms just pumping, getting his momentum going. Vikings going to put a little man-to-man pressure on Renee Stubbs. Almost comes up with a turnover.
Dump pass to Anderson. Baseline jumper wouldn't go. Off the hands of Cook. Over to Caribou. That just really proves why he should become an official. I mean, he can definitely keep up with the play.
No question about it. You're right. I never even thought of that angle.
Espling double teamed. It got fouled anyways.
And once again, it's that dive from the high post to the low post. They catch her in rhythm. Foxcroft's going to have to send somebody in front that. Deny the cut, make her go behind him. Otherwise, you're going to be able to keep feeding her the ball as she drops down.
23-18. Wildcats lead the Crusaders at the half. Down in Presque Isle. Espling splits another pair. She's up to 11.
Well, we're down to a minute 30. Here in the second quarter, the Vikings have held the Ponies to 2 points this quarter.
Cook lost the handle and scooped up by Stubbs. And she carries it.
Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 31, Destiny Weymouth.
Weymouth will enter the game for Anderson. Backdoor feed. They get it to Aid. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Saved it, but right through the wickets of Spooner. And a hold foul called on number 2 for Caribou, Kimmy Susi.
Well, that's a few times now Foxcroft's been able to go backdoor against the Vikings, just unable to handle the pass to finish, but good offense.
Cook misses the first.
Entering the game for Caribou, number 24, Emily Collins.
Just 3 points in the quarter for Foxcroft, all from the line. 2 from Spooner and 1 there from Kaya Cook.
The Vikings have done a nice job playing the so-called pack line defense, staying in the paint, keeping the dribble penetration away.
Rains in the lane, little runner wouldn't go.
And that's as good a look as you can get for the Ponies. I mean, able to dribble right into about 5 feet. Just having all kinds of trouble getting the ball to fall.
Cook trying to evade 2 Viking defenders, gets it poked away. And then a push foul on Foxcroft Academy.
It'll be 1-1.
Foxcroft
So that's the
Academy
8th team foul.
Number 3, Kaya Cook.
Foul went on Kaya Cook, just her first. Stubbs goes 1 for 2 at the line. Rebound to Spooner. Gets into the lane, puts up the runner, rattles out. Right now, just a lid on the rim for the Ponies.
Sure is. I mean, the last 2 opportunities, basically 4 or 5 feet away, and rattling out.
Foxcroft Academy foul, number 3, Kaya Cook.
It's going to be the second foul now on Cook. She picks one up in the backcourt. Espling will walk the other end.
Be a 1-1. A lot of free throws in the second quarter, Bobby.
There have been. What do you get for a total?
Don't know.
Not going to tally it up just at this point?
Not at this point. And another foul call. We'll head to the other line and shoot some free throws.
Yes, indeed. This one's going to go on Collins in the rebound. Sticking her hand in there.
Number 24, Emily Collins.
It'll be 1-1.
Entering the game for Caribou. Number 23.
A couple times I've had to use the buzzer to get the attention of the officials.
Working together as a team.
That's right.
The table is as much a part of the officiating crew as the three out on the floor. Work together.
Schedule. Off the missed free throw. Spooner made 1 of 2. Collins underneath to Lebrecht. Blocked away by Spooner. 2 seconds to go. We'll see if a shot can be put up by Age. She does, but it comes up short. And that will do it for the first half of play. The Vikings lead it 34-15. So an impressive first half there, Bobby, for the Caribou Vikings. Defensively and offensively, as really everything was working for them.
Well, it was, and they came out and got off to a hot start, made a few three-pointers, using the high post, low post action to their advantage as well. And offensively, they are really clicking. And defensively, again, I've mentioned it before, just able to keep Foxcroft in the dribble drive out of the lane. And when Foxcroft's been able to get in there, they're just having all kinds of trouble getting it to drop. They had some good looks, but just cold from the field right now. And the score indicates the Vikings, everything's going their way.
Score at the half, 34-15. The Vikings lead it. We will take a 3-minute break. When we get back, we'll have our Cotton Trust Company halftime show after this on WHOU.
County Ag and Turf Supply is at its new home on 7 Dow Siding Road in Caribou, offering the same great service. Randy and Jerry are working hard to supply the county with the best products. They offer Blue Seal Feed, Sentinel, Inspire, and Dynasty and Triple Crown for your equine, Home Fresh Extra Egg and Multi-Flock Pellets, and Crumples and Mealworm for your poultry, Entrust Pet Food for your cat or dog, Minerals for your beef and dairy. They have feed for all your livestock. County Ag and Turf Supply also has wood pellets, lubricants, and of course, Willow the Blue Seal Rabbit on the premises. Stop by County Ag and Turf Supply today.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant-retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
Madigan Healthcare Services provides a continuum of healthcare, from skilled nursing facility, rehab therapy, to home healthcare.
After 5 days in the hospital, they suggested that I come to the Madigan. The level of care, the service, the respect that they showed me, even the aftercare, everything about it was really excellent, and I feel healthy. So the services that I've received at the Madigan have enabled me to get back to those things that I really love to do.
Want that special item for this year's high school basketball season to show your team support? Cushman & Sons, locally owned and operated in Presque Isle, has team sportswear and will do custom embroidery, screen printing, logo design, digital and printing, as well as banners, decals, and other vinyl works. Cushman & Sons also can design trophies, awards, and add specialty items. Cushman & Sons, 764-3833 or CushmanandSonsInc.com. And don't forget to visit and like their Facebook page. If you can think it, Cushman & Sons will say, yeah, we can do that.
The road to planning your financial future can seem like an uphill battle, with countless goals and paths to choose from. The most suitable place to begin is with Thompson Hamel LLC for a free financial checkup. Thompson Hamel has many tools available to help you chart your course on your financial roadmap. Let them help guide you through all the phases of your life. To get to your destination, you have to start. Start today so you're better prepared for tomorrow. Thompson Hamel LLC. Your family, your future.
We all know Aroostook County winner isn't much.
75.
TheCounty.me, your source for countywide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
Back on WHOU at the half, 34-15. The Vikings lead the Ponies on our Cottage Trust Company halftime show. The scoring numbers from that first half for Foxcroft Academy, led by Kaya Cook with 8, Megan Spooner with 3, Anna Rains with 2, and Cassidy Marsh with 2. On the other side for Caribou, Paige Espling, their leading scorer, with 12, Taylor Skidgel with 6, Selena Savage, Taylor Lebrecq, and Emily Collins all with 4. Abby Robbins with 2. And Renee Stubbs and Ashlyn Bouchard with 1 point apiece. So the score 34-15 in the second half. Bobby, what are some things that Foxcroft can do to try to slow down the Vikings?
Well, I mentioned the dive from the high post down to the low post. They've been able to get the ball inside to whether it be Taylor Lebrecq or Paige Espling. If they confront that and make them go behind them and have to throw over the top, make it a little bit more difficult pass, slow them down a little bit as far as getting the ball inside. We saw the Vikings make a few three-pointers, but I think you're going to be more apt to live with them taking the three-point shot as opposed to getting it in the high percentage area with the big kids and letting them go to work in there. So that'd be where I would start. Maybe try to put a little more pressure on them. They've been in the zone, but try to put a little more ball pressure, make the passes a little bit more difficult to get where they want it to go.
So the boys' game will follow this one. We'll have Foxcroft and Caribou boys. The Vikings coming off their first loss of the season, 46-42, which snapped their 27-game winning streak at the hands of the Herman Hawks, who continue their home winning streak, which I think is right around 30 now. I think their last loss at home was in December of 2016.
Really?
Against MDI. So head coach Mark Reed, they're still rolling at the home of the Hawks, but they're going to take on a Pony Ball Club. With that victory over Washington Academy at home about a week ago, we just saw WA defeat Holton on the road. So that was a real big win for the Ponies. And while they're looking to pick up another big one, and a Caribou team that, coming off a loss, this would be a big one for the Ponies.
It certainly would be a big one for the Ponies. And, I don't know if there is ever a fitting way to lose a game, but how about they knock off Herman's perfect record of a couple years last year? The Vikings did in the Class B finals, and then the Hawks and Caribou's win streak. But certainly the Ponies would be huge if they could come up here today and get the W. That would probably, I don't know, I haven't looked to see exactly where they are in the standings, but they would be knocking on the door of hosting a prelim game, that's for sure.
So Foxcroft is number 10 in Class B with that win over Washington Academy. That's a team they play as well later this week, this time on the road. But coming up here to play the Vikings, and you never know, the Vikings looking to rebound, and they may come out with a little bit more intensity as –
it could go either way, really.
Yeah, and we've talked about Caribou too, the boys team. That game against Ellsworth, they had that extra gear, and since that game, felt like maybe kind of coasting a little bit. And
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like sort of through the motions sorts of things. They played, I won't say flawless, but darn near close to flawless against Ellsworth.
Yep.
Really executed the game plan. The defense was the key, the defensive intensity, and they were able to get out in the open floor and run a little bit. But just the defensive end and the intensity and pressure that they brought, if they can bring that every night, which is, as we mentioned, seems like maybe, they kind of just go through the motions a little. I think one young fellow just got reprimanded for trying to throw one down, but anyway.
The president
it does feel like they went through the motions a little.
But yeah, the president of Viking Nation, I think, just laid down the law on Jed Dean, letting him know he can't dunk in warm-ups.
But yet he allows his nation to dunk on the other end. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason.
A little double standard here in Caribou.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't know.
But for this game, it'll be interesting in the second half. A real big game, and Foxcroft, they got here a little bit late. Maybe had some bus legs as they were running behind, apparently, on the interstate. As soon as you get there, they were 40 miles per hour the whole way up here with blowing snow and dangerous conditions on the interstate where we saw a lot of accidents. So they were able to get up here safely, which is good, but it's taking a little bit to get rolling.
No question that certainly probably had some effect on them in the early going for sure. As you never want to be too rushed, but my understanding is, as you mentioned, the road conditions on the interstate not so good. But thankfully they got here safe, and we'll see if they can make some adjustments. Plenty of time. If they can get it going offensively, plenty of time.
The score is 34-15. Again, you'll notice the mismatched socks out there for both ball clubs as Caribou doing a fundraiser for World Down Syndrome Day, which occurs in March. The coaches gave their captains a challenge to be able to give back to the community, and this is the cause that they chose, so a very worthy cause, and well done. I don't know if Cleve's competing in the mismatched socks, but Cleve, I am.
Stevie, you do have some nice mismatched socks there. I knew about it. I got in a little bit of a rush today to get here, and I completely forgot about it. What do you got on there? Some flamingos?
Flamingos and polar bears.
Oh, very nice. Oh, yes. Good. Cameraman all over it.
As you can see, also the salt all over my black boots as well, so I had to lay down some salt in the front of the house after the snow came yesterday as we resumed third quarter of play.
I know it's not T-shirt day, but the one he's got on is a special one.
In the paint, Robinson is called for the travel.
Yeah, it took the hop before she put the ball down. See that a few times throughout the course of the games.
Another game going on WHOU today. Another doubleheader, Madawaska and Hodgson, boys and girls. A little fun fact for the boys game, which I told you guys about earlier. Matt Rosendahl and Matt Oliver, the two head coaches for Hodgson and Madawaska. The first time ever in the state of Maine where two coaches who've scored over 2,000 points have competed against each other.
How about this little fun fact for you as well? That was long before the three-point line was ever in effect in high school basketball when they were putting up 2,000 points.
I believe Matt Oliver graduated in 87.
6-ish or 7 from Hodgson High School, and Matt Rosendahl was 85, I believe, for right in that time frame from Van Buren, but no three-point line for either one of them.
Yeah, props to Tim Tweedy, our very own, doing that research. Called me last night. I got a phone call about 8:15, right in the middle of the Packers game, and it's like, what is he calling me for?
Of course, you had to answer it.
I had to. I mean, if Tim calls, I better answer. He's the mayor.
Mayor doing his homework.
The only one you're questioning was if Julie Bradstreet had coached against Matt Rosendahl, but different eras.
Different eras.
Yep.
I don't think so.
They did not. Nope.
No, because she was the girls' Central Aroostook coach when she was up here, and at that time, I think he was the boys' Holton coach.
You're correct. Espling with another block on Robinson. It's 34-15. Still no score for either team in this second half. Savage for three connects.
Well, the Vikings, they've been really shooting a high percentage from the outside, and I've been talking about taking away the inside, making them shoot it from outside, and they're showing today they can knock it down.
Update from Presque Isle. The Wildcats lead 36-26 over John Bapst after three.
That's a huge game for the Wildcats. If they can hold on and get that victory today, that will they're almost secure enough in the top three to stay there, but that would really cement them and have them vying for maybe a 1 or 2 slot.
Missed free throw by Cook. Yeah, you're right. I mean, and that makes a difference because it depends on the 1 or the 2 seed. If you're the 2 seed, you play on Friday at tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the 1 seed, you play on Saturday.
Correct. And I noticed there's a schedule change to the tournament this year. They're going to play 4 on Fridays.
They are. So tournament has
the 3.
Tournament has traditionally started at 5 o'clock on Friday. It will now start at 3:30. As will be 4 games on Saturday, so there will be no more of the 7-game Saturday slate.
Right, they had the 3 games. Nice backdoor. Good find, Taylor Lebrecht to Selena Savage on the weak side. Everybody concentrating here on strong side. Alertly dives to the basket.
39-15 is your score.
Yeah, it was a bit of a crunched up Saturday with the 3 in the middle of the afternoon there, trying to get people in and out of the cross center. A good change, I'd say.
Yep, I agree. Just means I have to leave earlier on Friday.
That's all right. You're on the clock. You're gonna be on the clock anyway, so.
Shot deflected there. Spooner lost the handle. Savage on the fast break. Euro steps to the basket, but got it stripped away.
Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 30, Annie Rains, and number 31, Destiny Weymouth.
Annie Rains checks in, as does Destiny Weymouth. Into Savage. She's got all 7 of the Vikings' points in this third quarter.
Well, that's a case of Paige Espling alertly seeing Savage on the other side of the defender trying to prevent her from passing in. She just kind of dumps it down over the top of him, right to Savage.
Rains is double teamed. Ball was loose on the hardwood, picked up by Foxcroft. Marsh to Weymouth, another block from Espling.
Up to 6. Unofficially.
In transition, Lebrec able to haul it in. They'll swing it all the way around to Susie, and she's called for the travel. Right now, head coach Smith just looking for any sort of combination that's going to give them a spark.
No question about it. This is the time when you shuffle up your lineup, just as you say, looking for somebody to provide a little punch offensively. Once again, the Vikings doing a nice job just condensing the lane, keeping the dribble penetration out.
As Weymouth knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Good kick there. Knocks down the 15-footer.
Savage for 3 off the mark. And rebound down to Rains.
And she sat out a majority or a good portion of that first half with the 2 fouls.
Another block by Espling as she swats the shot away by Weymouth. And then a foul call on Susie. It will send Spooner to the line for 2.
Okay, I got a question for you. Does it seem like right now, we got Paige Espling for 7 blocks. Does it seem, this is about the normal course of the way the games we've seen is the blocks that she would have at this point? 7-ish?
Yeah.
But
sure,
yet,
that's fair.
But yet the statistics only say 5 a game. Those are off. I call fake news. And I've been calling that a lot lately, Stevie. Sometimes you have to call it on you. Stevie Schefter, you're in question right now.
No, I'm not. I'm just teasing you guys with big news.
He's sticking to it, Cleve. He's still saying there's something coming. He's been saying it for a week and a half now. Eventually, if you keep saying it, it'll come true eventually.
Spooner made both free throws. Savage crosses up Rains, bounces it to Collins. Up top, Bouchard for 3.
She hit the free throw in the first half and knocks down from distance. Straight on.
44-19, 3:20 to go third quarter. Rains out to Aid, screen set on Lebrec. Bounces out to Marsh. She can't answer with a 3 of her own. Rebound fought for and off of Bouchard.
Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 12.
Cameron Como checks in for Marsh. Bounced into Weymouth. Her jumper got hit on the arm. Foul goes on Selena Savage.
It'll be her 3rd.
Caribou foul on number 15, Selena Savage.
Weymouth misses the first. Weymouth splits a pair.
You know, I'm impressed with the play of Annie Raines, just a freshman out there. She was right there trying to hound Selena Savage, bringing the ball up, and Ashlyn Bouchard, 2 in a row. How many threes they got in the game? I'm going to guess about 5, maybe 6.
6. Don't make me work any more than I have to, Bobby.
Well, I just want to keep you on your toes over there. You were reluctant to count the free throws there in the first half.
.239 to go third quarter. 27-point lead for the Vikings. A put back, another block there from Espling. The 8.
It is.
Ball will go off of 8 and to the Vikings.
I like this. Get a little pressure on the ball. Try to create some offense with your defense here for the Ponies.
They inbound it to Savage. Raines pokes it away. Hound Savage in the backcourt, and a foul call goes on Annie Raines. Actually, yeah, it might go on Savage.
Yeah, by the reaction and body language, it is going to be. Good work, Annie Raines. Making me look good. I was just talking about how I liked her play. Creates a turnover and the 4th foul on Selena Savage.
Aid steps back, launches a three-pointer, and drills it.
Well, that was one of the first defensive breakdowns, wide open. No hand in the face, and she drills it.
Bouchard along the baseline. The floater doesn't fall.
I'd like to see her maybe use the window. Got a little too deep. Had to float it over the side of the rim.
Como goes over to Weymouth. Back to Aid. Hit one from there just a moment ago. Can't get that one to go. And the long rebound sails out of play. It'll be Foxcroft ball.
Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 1, Cassidy Marsh.
Cassidy Marsh is back in. LeBrecq playing nice defense on the inbounds play. Her outlet is stolen, though, by Raines. Tries to slash her way to the basket. Had it knocked away. Goes off of Weymouth and over to Caribou as officials will come together.
It looked to me like it was passed out of bounds. I don't know if there was a deflection on the pass. They're getting together, asking what each other saw. Looks like they're going to switch it up.
So we'll be Foxcroft Academy basketball. Minute 19 to go third quarter. 47-23 lead for the Vikings. Into Weymouth. Couldn't get the hook shot to fall. And a rebound to Collins. Schedule lobs it for LeBrecq. Can't handle the pass. And back to the Ponies.
Well, that's the last couple times that the Vikings have had the basketball. You know, it's the right idea looking up the floor. Difficult passes and not able to connect.
Marsh knocks down a three.
Use the jab step. Got the defender off balance a little and swished it.
Espling on the fast break.
Rewarder. Running the floor. Great catch and lay-in.
Slashing to the rim was Ainsley Aid. Took some contact. It's the sixth team foul on Caribou in the second half. Aid misses the first. This is both free throws. I don't know if you can hear that cell phone ringing in the background, but saw a few high school kids wondering what that noise was.
They haven't never heard that. The old dial-up phones.
Still ringing. 30-second timeout by Caleb Brown. We'll step aside also. 21 seconds to go, third quarter. Vikings lead at 49-28. Back in 30 on WHOU. Did somebody score for Foxcroft?
Probably.
And everywhere in between. Buying from Thornton Brothers is a rewarding experience.
At Affordable Plumbing, we buy all our vans through Thornton Brothers. Not only do they have excellent customer service, but I'm treated like family when I walk through the door.
Get a fresh start with great deals on select new 2019 and 2020 Ram trucks and vans during the Start Something New sales event. Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be.
Back at Caribou High School, 21 seconds to go, third quarter. Vikings lead 49-28. LeBrecq throws it off of Aid, and they'll try it again. But some full court pressure once again applied by head coach Smith. Schedule gets fouled. It'll go on Ainsley Aid. Triggered into Bouchard, has numbers, races to the basket, and gets hit by Marsh.
Well, and Aid was there as well.
Foxcroft Academy foul on number 34, Ainsley Aid.
Foul goes on Ainsley Aid, her third, team second.
Good hard attack of the basket by Bouchard. Knocks down her first.
9 points in the game for the freshman. It's 51-28, 10 seconds to go, third quarter. Cook on the dribble handoff, crosses over, finds Weymouth, baseline jumper. And Cook is fouled with 2 seconds left in the third.
That one's going to go on, I believe, Emily Collins.
Caribou foul on number 24, Emily Collins.
Second on Collins. Cook is also up to 9 points with that free throw. Makes the second as well. 2.2 on the clock. They inbound it to Marsh, to Aid. Can't get a shot off. And that will do it for the third quarter. The Vikings have a healthy 51-30 lead. We're back in 60 seconds for the final frame on WHOU.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Holton.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. Whether you're working hard in the woods or digging in the dirt, Nortrax has the new and used heavy equipment you need. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support, plus around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our service technicians, parts specialists, and product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
51-30. Vikings leading the Ponies as we begin the fourth quarter. Savage is back in. He played with foul trouble for most of the game, but still able to put up 11 points. Schedule rims out a 3. And a travel call on Kaya Cook. Head Coach Smith is looking for a jump ball. Won't get it, and then we get a foul call on Schedule.
Well, that'll be the 8th team foul on the Vikings.
And we have a time here. We'll do our injury report brought to you by County Physical Therapy. Whether you want to get back to sports, back to work, or simply back to living life, County Physical Therapy can help. With 5 locations in Aroostook County and a new location in Bangor, visit countypt.com to learn how CPT can help you. The new location, I believe, opening next week.
Nice.
So, new location in Bangor for County Physical Therapy.
Aid missed the free throw, but the first one, but tracked down a rebound. Then Espling gets a 9th block of the game.
Kim Susi is checked back in.
I think we might have another client for him. CPT, right to your left. He's not getting around as well as he normally does today.
Have to make a referral. Richard Ezzy's not in the building.
Next time you see him, I know you're in good communication with him. Let him know. Vikings trying to put on a little half-court trap there, but Susi reaches in out at half-court. 9th team foul for the Vikings. Sends Marsh to the line.
Can't make the free throw. We're headed back the other way. Susi in the corner, out to Savage. They swing it to Bouchard. Now to Espling at the low block, and another foul call.
That's that high-low dive. Patiently wait for Paige Espling to come from the free throw line, make her way down to the low block. And
this is a harmless question, not criticizing anybody, but is the game, do you think, called differently in different parts of the state?
Well, there's that theory, the conspiracy theory is out there that it is. I couldn't tell you because I don't go to other parts of the state to watch high school basketball. This is what I can tell you. Talking to other coaches that come from down from other parts of the state, yes, they do believe it is called differently.
Okay.
I think the further the belief is, the further up the state you travel, the tighter the game is called. Is that what you were getting at?
That's what I've heard, and I guess I haven't watched enough games from downstate to confirm nor deny a conspiracy theory, but it does sometimes have that interpretation. I did watch the Caribou Herman boys game, and it did look like a lot. They let a lot of things go, which is fine, as long as it's consistent, in my opinion. I mean, if it's consistent, I mean, it is what it is.
And that's all you can ask for is consistency. And I don't know, I think to be able to get it in every area, I don't know that that's ever going to be possible. You have more colleges in the southern part of the state. More officials do college games. Certainly that game, the college game is a little more physical. That may have a part in it.
Yes.
Renee Stubbs knocks in the three-pointer. Foul line extended.
First basket of the fourth quarter. We have 6.5 to go in the final frame. Bouchard left wide open. Misses. Final from Presque Isle. The Wildcats pick up the big victory, 52-42 over Chris Woodside and the John Babs Crusaders. Jumper from Weymouth off front iron, no good. So I think that'll pretty much seal Presque Isle into a top 3 seed.
At least. They could be. I mean, I haven't looked at the entire schedules to see who left to play. But there's Herman right now, as it is today. Herman, Waterville, Presque Isle. 1, 2, 3, with 3 to 4 points separating all three of them. And that win over John Babs, certainly a big one for the Wildcats. No, they got what are they off until this weekend?
Yep. As Aid makes another 3.
And then they got the doubleheader. Ellsworth, MDI, those are 2-point worthy games. If they sweep that, well, they're really looking at potentially a number 1 seed.
They still have to host Caribou. That game will be on February 5th. As Espling gets bumped and finishes.
Well, that's the way it's been throughout the course of the game, is Foxcroft playing behind Espling and allowing the entry pass to come in, and she's had herself a nice ball game. Triple-double, 1 block away.
As she completes the 3-point play. 17 in the game for Paige Espling.
Have you seen a player, Stevie, on the defensive end that is a bigger factor, whether it is completely blocking a shot or just altering shots, than Paige Espling in a while?
Nope. Not up in Aroostook County, at least. Nope.
True. And again, we don't get to see other parts of the state, but certainly up here. Somebody you always have to be aware of as to where they are on the floor when you're trying to play offense. She can just alter and reject shots.
I don't know, probably the best female basketball player that I've seen in person, has been broadcast now for 8-9 years, was Anna DeWolf. Played for Greeley.
Yep. I did not get to see her.
I never
in
get
person.
to see Irving play, who now plays for BU.
Yep. Lawrence High School.
Yep. As a full timeout called by Foxcroft, we will step aside also. 5:24 to go, fourth quarter. It's a 57-34 lead for Caribou back in 60 on WHOU.
Outfit your vehicle for tough jobs with commercial truck body and accessories at Main Equipment in Herman, Maine. At Main Equipment Company, we sell and install truck bodies, lift systems, garbage removal applications, and snow and sand spreading applications. Storage boxes and bed liners is also available. Call us at 207-848-5738. Dump bodies, hook lift hoists, truck bodies, sand and salt spreaders, rubbish packers. The right fit for your truck. The premier company in the state of Maine. Main Equipment Company.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
Back for the final 5:24 on WHOU. Vikings lead it 57-34 as racing her way to the basket. Another 2 for Annie Rains.
Great work by Rains. Anticipating the pass. Came up short. She's able to steal it and then take it straight to the basket. Vikings getting a little sped up there. Couldn't maintain the pivot foot. Give it right back to Foxcroft. The Ponies are young, Stevie. Looking down through their lineup here, and Kaya Cook, Megan Spooner, a couple of their leading scorers, just sophomores.
And Rains, just a freshman.
Rains, a freshman, exactly. I'm not sure what particular class Ainsley Aid is in. She's, for whatever reasons, been left off the programs at Presque Isle here at Caribou.
It's also confusing as well. I was watching the girls' game, and Ryan Lincoln was calling the game for the Caribou and Herman girls, and Ashlyn Bouchard came into the game, and she was not on the program either.
Huh.
So just a bit of confusion.
Yeah.
I think she was added late because she was still recovering from her knee surgery.
Okay.
Her knee injury. She had an ACL tear, I believe. She missed her whole 8th grade season. As a three-pointer by Stubbs is off the mark. Come down to Robbins. Sometimes you have program mix-ups, as we had with Javon James from Ellsworth.
It does happen, but so it'd be interesting to know what particular class she is in, because with the others A couple sophomores and a freshman.
Let's see if our trusted Foxcroft Academy source will answer me. He may be getting ready for a game, though.
He's probably game planning.
And another full timeout is called, this time by Caribou. We'll take one more break. 4.5 to go fourth quarter. Vikings up 57-36. Back in 1 minute on WHOU.
Pioneer Fiber to the Home is now available in Holton, Sherman, Stacyville, Callis, and Baileyville. Streaming live events in high definition like high school basketball is best viewed with the most stable and fastest connections. Pioneer Broadband delivers state-of-the-art fiber directly into your home to handle all of your most demanding internet needs. Don't get left behind with slower technology. Get the fiber you need, Pioneer Broadband.
This is Neil. Can I help you? You're where? I'll be right there. What'd you guys do? Giving steals! Yeah. That's all you did? Yes. There's nothing wrong with that. I guess there is something wrong with giving away steals.
Still, this 2016 CRV SC now only $17,995.
I don't know why.
They were good steals.
Paige Espling still at the line. 21-point advantage for Caribou with 4:32 to go in the final stanza. Misses the free throw. Rebound down to Ainsley Aid. We did get an answer, although it did not come from Toby Nelson. It came from, well, me. She's a junior.
Where'd you do your research?
The MPA,
giving up your sources?
The MPA website. We'll travel here. So, yeah, Foxcroft has 4 really good players returning next year.
Oh, and I'll tell you, somebody else that's out there right now is Emily Harmon Weeks. She swings down, plays on the JV ball club as well, and had a nice JV basketball game. So they do have a nice core of kids as underclassmen.
Emily Collins has checked in. So Savage, Sutherland, Robbins, Espling, and Collins out there for Caribou. Harmon Weeks, Marsh, Aid, as Espling finishes for 2. Rains and Knapp out there for Foxcroft.
Now that's multitasking. Your reliable source from Foxcroft, able to get you the information and game plan as well.
Savage and misses in transition. Out to Robbins for 3, came up short. Toby, sometimes he lets me down, but in this situation he did not. Marsh for 2, and it falls. 59-38, 3:15 to go. Savage tries to throw it off of Harmon Weeks, didn't make contact with her. And it'll be a turnover to the Ponies.
Oh, good double team applied there by Harmon Weeks and Aid. Vikings turn their back on Savage, leave her high and dry, and Ponies create the turnover.
Weymouth, her jumper off the mark.
Yeah, we mentioned Weymouth, a freshman as well.
Travel call on Collins. The boys' game will follow the conclusion of this one.
Number 23, Taylor Lebrecht.
Lebrecht is in for Robbins. If you look down on the bench there, that's the president of Viking Nation. Big Patriots fan, now going over to the Chiefs.
I understand. Yeah, there's the 10th block right there, Stevie. Triple-double.
Savage is called for the double dribble.
Carry in violation is also considered a double dribble. I think it was more of a carry violation.
Rains Her jumper wouldn't go. Espling and Rains tie up for it. Arrow favors Caribou.
Looking across the way, Stevie, the bleachers have filled in quite nicely, as well as over here.
Inbounds pass to Collins, finds Savage. Euro step to the basket. Couldn't finish with the English. Speaking of English, I saw a tweet the other day, had a picture of a t-shirt, and as Espling with her 11th block.
And this t-shirt? What?
Well, it looked like some fans at Presque Isle took one of your little slogans and put it on a t-shirt.
Oh, that's right.
They did.
Yes, indeed.
And on the top of it, the caption said, "With some English."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that part of it.
It's because you're not on Twitter.
You are correct.
Cook.
As well as other various social media outlets.
You are on Facebook.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a full participant.
And you are on Snapchat, so.
Well, yeah.
Savage is bumped by Spooner. I'm curious what brought you to Snapchat.
Me?
Yeah.
Somebody took my phone and put it on there.
Oh. Missed free throw there from Savage. Minute 53 to go, fourth quarter. Savage will get one more. Savage splits a pair. In the game for Savage, he's in double figures with 12 points. A minute 45 to go, 8 along 2. Off to the right. Spooner, the putback, goes. And one.
Nice rebound in traffic. Ability to go right back up with it and finish.
Caribou foul on number 10, Gabby Sutherland.
Foul went on Gabby Sutherland.
Academy number 30, Annie Rains. And into the game for Caribou number 5, Taylor Stidgel.
Free throw up and in by Spooner. She's got 8 in the game. Lebrecq will trigger it into Espling. Finds Sutherland. Crosses midcourt. Double team now along the sideline. Finds Lebrecq. Puts up the jumper. Came up short, and the board down to Aid. Races her way into the front court. Picked up by Skidgel. Steps to the basket. Banks it home.
Tough shot there. Ainsley Aid getting in some traffic, finishing.
Pass intended for Collins. Has it in play, but her heel is on the end line, and it will be another turnover.
Well, at one point, Stevie, it was up to 23, 24 points. I love the effort by the Ponies. Battling back to the final horn. We mentioned the young core they have coming back. This is all just a and they're also in the playoff picture.
Yep.
It's all a learning experience. Try to develop good habits.
Aid
drills another one.
She's up to 11, lead down to 14, 60 seconds to play. Ball is loose, grabbed by Cook.
And you have to wonder, without the slow start offensively for the Ponies, Caribou able to jump on them early in that first half. Neck and neck.
Full timeout called by Coach Smith, so we'll be Foxcroft basketball. We'll take a 30-second break, come back for the finish on WHOU.
Out here, builders choose Advantech products to provide a durable base that helps prevent bouncing and warping. So in here, you can enjoy the beauty of luxurious finished floors without worrying about pops, squeaks, or creaks. Because out here and in here, there's no better sound than the peace and quiet that comes from Advantech products. The flat out best for a quiet, stiff floor.
Does that mean it's low or good?
Should be good. Back on WHOU, Steve Carmichael, Bobby Russell, 57 seconds to go, fourth quarter. 14-point lead for the Vikings. As you mentioned before we went to break, it was a substantial lead for...
Well, it was up to 24 points at one particular juncture in the game, and the Ponies love their effort. Battling to the final buzzer.
Cook can't finish. Rebound fought for, and a foul call.
I think that's going to go on Nevaeh Trombley. Send
Caribou foul on number 22, Nevaeh Trombley.
Weymouth to the line.
Free throw up and in from Weymouth.
Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 12.
Como is in for Cook.
You got to wonder about the slow start. If Foxcroft could have put some points on a few more points on the board in the first quarter, first half.
They trap Sutherland in the corner and a block call on Como.
Another youngster for the Ponies, just a sophomore.
Foxcroft Academy foul on number 12, Cameron Como. Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 3, Kaya Cook.
I was looking back at the schedule today. I don't think we've left Caribou since late December.
I am 100% sure you are correct. I don't. You say that like it surprises you. I'm not sure why.
Sutherland misses the free throw.
Our buddy over here, Cleve, he thought the call symbols might be changed to WCAR for a while.
They're back here again on Wednesday.
They're out of home games after that, Stevie.
They are. And then we'll head to Central Aroostook for 4 straight home games for the Panthers. Before we finish off in Presque Isle. As Spooner makes the first free throw. They may get that down to single digits before we're all said and done.
Certainly working away at it little by little here.
Lead is down to 10 points. 44 seconds to go. They inbound it to Savage. Gets it across midcourt. Swings it to Schedule. And we get a double dribble on Schedule with Cook set to check in. 32 seconds to play.
Foxcroft Academy, number 3, Kaya Cook.
It was a 21-point lead for Caribou at the end of 3 quarters. It's been slashed to just 10. And then a double dribble called on Cook.
Just lost the handle, got her hand underneath the ball.
Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 12, Cameron Como.
Como checks in. Terrio, Schedule, Savage, Lebrecq, and Trombley out there for Caribou. They inbound it to Savage. She gets away from Como, but picked up by Aid. Almost lost the handle, still has it, now splits 2 defenders. Lobs it underneath to Lebrecq, and she's fouled by Weymouth. So 2 free throws upcoming for Taylor Lebrecq, and now Kaya Cook will check back in. A little offense-defense from Foxcroft.
Yeah, and some fancy ball handling there from Savage, able to split the pressure out at half court. With Foxcroft up, left Lebrecq open in the back line. Had to foul her to stop her.
Entering the game for Foxcroft Academy, number 3, Kaya Cook.
Lebrecq makes 1 at the line. 61-50. Rains trapped underneath. Called for the travel.
The owner of a Toyota license plate 57MF parked by the ski building. You need to go out to your car at this time.
And a foul on the inbounds pass called on Ainsley Aid. lot of messages for people to move cars as a packed gym.
I don't want to get close.
Well, you
have to walk.
You definitely didn't have to walk. You were at the best parking spot in the building.
When you get here as early as I do, you can have those parking spots.
Yeah, did you call your buddy to get that parking spot?
I just took it. There's no car there. I parked my vehicle there.
Lebrecht needs one of two once again. 5 seconds to go. Spooner still underneath. Banks it in. That will do it. As Spooner able to get 2 more points, but the final score is 62-52. The Vikings come away with the victory. We will take a quick 1-minute break. When we get back, we'll have our Pat's Pizza post-game guest after this on WHOU.
Lincoln Power Sports is the leading ATV, snowmobile parts, accessories, and outdoor equipment dealer in Lincoln. Whether you're looking for the latest new products from BRP, Can-Am, Skidoo, or today's best clothing and accessories, we've got it. It's no wonder riders and customers trust Lincoln Power Sports for ATV and snowmobile service and installation of parts and accessories. Stop by our store or browse our extensive online catalog from anywhere in the world. Call 207-794-8100. We would love to hear from you. Don't get flush traded. Get Rick Hannigan Plumbing and Heating to handle all your pipes. Master Plumber Rick is ready to get your pipes back in action. Give Rick a call today at 538-7131 and like him on Facebook.
Scoville Building Supplies may be a little store, but it's a whole lot more. You can find most anything you need at Scoville Building Supplies: plumbing, painting, lumber, windows, or doors. Everything you will need for your construction, remodeling, updating, or building. Call Scoville Building Supplies today at 425-3192.
All right, back on WHOU. Right now, we're going to send it down to the floor. Bobby Russell has our Pat's Pizza post-game guest. He's got Paige Espling. Bobby, when you're ready, take it away.
Thank you, Stevie. Here with our Pat's Pizza post-game guest, Paige Espling. So, first off, Paige, senior night, maybe a little bit bittersweet being the last home game, but you still have some more games to be played.
Yeah, we definitely had a long stretch where it was all home games, and now it's all on the road, so it seems like this last home game happened pretty early.
Yeah, and what about the atmosphere and the environment? And, you know, looking back, maybe, I don't know if you have or not, but your 4 years here at Caribou, and can you give us any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's definitely something Coach told us to soak in the locker room, just to look around and think of your 4 years, and it happens quick.
Yeah, it sure does. Time will go by a lot quicker as you keep going. But talk a little bit about the offensive side of things. The Vikings really got going here in the first half and just kept it going throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, we knew that offense was going to be important. Usually we can handle defense pretty well. Something we've been struggling with sometimes is offense, so I think we did that pretty well tonight.
Yeah, and shot the ball from outside as well as got it inside. And you mentioned the defense as well. I thought you guys did a real good job stopping the dribble penetration. I think you held them to less than 20 points there in the first half.
Yeah, we definitely had a lot of fouls in the second half, so we tried to tone it down a little bit. I don't know if we did that or not, but that was definitely something Coach had mentioned.
And with this win, certainly, kind of almost, gives you a little bit more cushion staying in the prelim spots. What's the outlook going the rest of the way?
Yeah, we knew that this was going to be a big win if we got it, that it would help us secure a spot, so it's good to have that extra cushion.
Well, thanks for joining us, Paige, and go enjoy this win with your teammates, and get from Pat's Pizza.
Thank you.
Back to you, Stevie.
That was our Pat's Pizza post-game guest, Paige Espling. Some final numbers for you for Foxcroft Academy. They were led by Megan Spooner with 12, Kaya Cook with 10, Ainsley Aid with 11, 7 from Cassidy Marsh, Anna Raines with 6, and Destiny Weymouth with 5. On the other side for the Caribou Vikings, led by Paige Espling with 19, Selena Savage with 12, Taylor Lebrecht with 6 as well from Taylor Skidgel, Emily Collins and Renee Stubbs with 4, Ashlyn Bouchard with 9, and Abby Robbins with 2. So the final score, it's 62-52. The Vikings improve to 5-9, while the Ponies drop to 4-10. We will take a brief break. When we come back, we'll get you set for the boys matchup between Foxcroft and Caribou on WHOU.